The ultimate guide to perennial food plants. Never buy produce again. Imagine waking up every morning for the next 20 years, walking into your backyard and harvesting fresh, organic food without doing anything. No digging, no replanting in spring, no spending money at the grocery store. This isn't a fantasy. This is exactly what happens when you plant the right crops just once. I'm William from Golden Age Gardening, and I've discovered something the big agriculture companies don't want you to know. There are 29 plants you can put in the ground today that will feed you and your family for the rest of your life with almost no effort. In this guide, I'm revealing every single one of them. If you're ready to transform your backyard into a permanent food source, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. This information will change how you think about gardening forever. Why perennial plants are a game changer. The old way of gardening is broken. Every single spring, 99% of gardeners do the exact same thing. Buy seeds, till the soil, plant vegetables, wait for harvest, then do it all over again next year. It's exhausting, it's expensive, and it's completely unnecessary. The real gardeners, the ones who've been doing this for decades, figured out a different approach. They plant once, they harvest for life. These experienced growers have learned that perennial crops are the secret to building a self-sustaining food garden that practically runs itself. When you plant perennial food sources, something magical happens. Your work decreases every single year while your harvest increases. You're not constantly replanting. You're not wasting money on seeds. You're not tired in spring anymore. Instead, you're simply maintaining plants that keep producing year after year without asking for much in return. This is how food security works. This is how real abundance looks, and you can start building it today. Before we dive into each plant, please like this video if you believe growing your own food matters. Comment below and tell me which perennial you're most excited to try, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Perennial 1. Asparagus. Let's begin with asparagus, a champion among perennial vegetables. Once you plant asparagus correctly, you've basically set up a 20-year income of fresh food. A properly managed asparagus bed stays productive for 15 to 20 years with hardly any work. What makes asparagus special? After the growing season ends, the feathery green foliage creates beautiful visual texture in your garden. The spears themselves are nutritional powerhouses, packed with vitamins, fiber, and minerals your body craves. When you harvest spears at 6 to 8 inches tall, you get the perfect tenderness and flavor. Asparagus needs full sun and well-drained, fertile ground. Before planting, prepare your soil with lots of compost so the crowns can develop strong root systems. Once established, asparagus asks for minimal care. You'll do some basic weeding, add mulch to keep moisture in, and fertilize occasionally. The secret trick? Plant tomatoes and parsley near your asparagus. These companion plants naturally push away insects and boost overall plant vigor. Mulching around the base keeps the soil consistently moist, which asparagus loves.
Perennial 2. Artichokes. Artichokes represent the intersection of stunning beauty and practical food production. These perennial plants produce enormous, tender flower buds year after year once they're established. An artichoke patch can remain productive for 5 to 10 years, giving you reliable fresh produce with minimal demands. Here's the exciting part. Artichokes look amazing in your garden. Their spiky, thistle-like foliage creates visual interest even when you're not harvesting. The edible buds are gourmet quality, perfect for steaming, roasting, or grilling. They're rich in fiber, antioxidants, and essential vitamins that support your health. Artichokes thrive in full sun with well-drained, fertile soil. They appreciate regular watering during dry periods and benefit from a thick mulch layer to retain moisture and prevent weed growth. This same pruning action encourages the plant to produce more buds. The deep root systems artichokes develop actually improve your soil structure over many years. They break up compact earth and help with water drainage. Plant basil or thyme nearby to naturally deter pests and create a thriving garden ecosystem. The combination of these companion plants creates a healthier environment where artichokes flourish. Perennial 3. Collard greens. Collards are farty, perennial leafy greens that produce nutritious leaves continuously, year after year. Their large dark green leaves are packed with vitamins, fiber, and nutrients that support vibrant health. You can use collards in soups, stews, sautés, and salads. Once collards establish themselves in your garden, they become low-maintenance producers. They keep providing reliable harvests for multiple growing seasons. The beautiful thing about collards is their ability to tolerate different light conditions. They grow well in full sun, but also accept partial shade, making them flexible for various garden layouts. Collards prefer well-drained, fertile soil. The key to keeping them productive is regular harvesting of the outer leaves. Each time you pick leaves, you're signaling the plant to produce new growth. This frequent harvesting keeps the plant young, tender, and continuously productive. Harvest outer leaves regularly to prevent the plant from flowering. When collards flower, they focus energy on making seeds instead of leaves. Mulching around the base conserves soil moisture and suppresses weeds, reducing your workload. Companion herbs planted nearby naturally repel pests while supporting overall garden health. If you're enjoying this guide so far, subscribe to Golden Age Gardening for more plant profiles that will revolutionize your food security. Share this with friends who love gardening. Perennial 4. Jerusalem artichokes. Jerusalem artichokes are perennial tuber plants that produce nutty, delicious underground tubers year after year. Once they're established, they spread naturally, making them one of the lowest maintenance, highest productivity additions to any garden. The tubers are incredibly versatile in cooking, roasting, mashing, adding to soups and stews. What's remarkable about Jerusalem artichokes is their natural spreading habit. New tubers develop underground, and if you leave some in the ground after harvesting, they'll regrow on their own next season. This means you harvest what you need and let nature handle replanting for you. The above-ground part of the plant is equally valuable. Tall, sunflower-like stems create structure and height in your garden while attracting pollinators. These stems add ornamental appeal, so your food garden also becomes beautiful to look at. Jerusalem artichokes thrive in full sun with well-drained soil. They're not picky about other conditions. Mulching around the base protects tubers during winter months and retains soil moisture during growing season. Planting them near other vegetables improves overall soil fertility and naturally deters pests. The result is a healthier, more productive garden space where everything benefits from the Jerusalem artichoke's presence.
Perennial 5. Rhubarb. Rhubarb is a perennial that produces tart, flavorful stalks year after year once established. These stalks become your kitchen staple for making pies, jams, sauces, and other treats. Once established, rhubarb becomes a low-maintenance source of fresh produce. Rhubarb thrives in full sun with well-drained, fertile soil. The stalks are ready for harvesting whenever they reach harvestable size. Cutting outer stalks regularly encourages new inner growth, keeping the plant productive for many seasons. The plant seems to reward aggressive harvesting by producing more stalks. Here's an important tip. Avoid harvesting during the first year. The plant needs time to develop strong roots and establish itself. Patience during year 1 means decades of productive harvesting afterward. Mulching around the base retains soil moisture and creates a protective layer. Remove flower stalks promptly because they consume energy that could go towards stalk production. When you remove flower stalks, you're directing the plant's resources toward the parts you actually eat. This strategic pruning maximizes your harvest and keeps the plant focused on your needs. Perennial 6. Egyptian walking onions. Egyptian walking onions are unique perennial alliums that produce clusters of small bulbs at the ends of their stalks each year. Once planted, they multiply naturally and return year after year, offering a continuous supply of onions with minimal effort. These onions have a remarkable growth habit that's almost magical. The small bulbs, called top sets, form at the stalk tips. As they grow heavier, the weight bends the stalk down until these bulbs touch the soil. Once they touch earth, they root themselves naturally and become new plants. This process repeats itself, allowing the onions to literally walk across your garden. Egyptian walking onions thrive in full sun with well-drained soil. They tolerate a wide range of growing conditions, making them reliable even in less than ideal garden spaces. For best flavor, harvest bulbs after the foliage dies back in late fall. This timing allows the bulbs to store energy and develop maximum flavor intensity. Mulching conserves soil moisture and creates comfortable growing conditions. Planting them near other vegetables naturally repels pests and improves garden health overall. Egyptian walking onions also create visual interest in your landscape. Perennial 7. Garlic chives. Garlic chives are perennial herbs producing flat green leaves with a mild garlic flavor year after year. Beyond their culinary value, garlic chives produce beautiful white flowers that attract pollinators. This combination makes them valuable for both food production and garden beauty. The leaves have a distinctive mild garlic taste that works beautifully in many dishes. The white flowers appear regularly and create visual appeal while supporting pollinator populations in your garden. Once established, garlic chives require minimal maintenance and will return reliably each growing season. Garlic chives thrive in full sun to partial shade with well-drained soil. They're flexible about light conditions. The strategy for keeping them productive is regular harvesting. Cutting leaves frequently encourages continuous new growth, ensuring you never run out of fresh herbs. Mulch around the base to retain moisture. Planting them near vegetables naturally repels pests while enhancing overall garden productivity. Garlic chives become a reliable herb source that requires almost no attention after the initial establishment period.
Perennial 8. Sorrel. Sorrel is a hardy perennial herb that produces tangy lemon-flavored leaves year after year. These leaves bring brightness and zing to salads, soups, sauces, and smoothies, providing a reliable and flavorful addition to your kitchen. The lemony tang of sorrel comes from naturally occurring acids in the leaves. This unique flavor makes sorrel valuable in cooking, offering something different from typical garden herbs. The plant produces leaves continuously throughout the growing season. Sorrel thrives in full sun to partial shade with well-drained, fertile soil. Regular harvesting of outer leaves encourages continuous growth and keeps the plant young and productive. The consistent harvesting also prevents the plant from focusing energy on flowering. Cut leaves frequently to prevent flowering and maintain tenderness. Younger leaves taste better than older ones, so this harvesting strategy gives you the best flavor every time. Mulching around the base retains moisture and creates ideal growing conditions. Planting sorrel near vegetables attracts pollinators and enhances overall garden health. Don't forget to subscribe to Golden Age Gardening and turn on notifications so you never miss these valuable gardening guides. Comment below with your favorite perennial plant. Perennial 9. Lovage. Lovage is a perennial herb with a flavor similar to celery and parsley combined. It produces tall, aromatic stalks year after year. The deep roots make lovage incredibly drought-tolerant once established, and it provides a constant supply of leaves, stems, and seeds for cooking. Lovage grows best in full sun to partial shade with rich, well-drained soil. The plant reaches impressive heights, creating visual structure in your garden. Dividing clumps every few years expands your growing space or provides plants for friends and family. The harvesting strategy for lovage is to cut outer leaves first. This encourages the plant to produce new growth continuously from the center. Mulching retains moisture and creates ideal conditions for this perennial producer. Many gardeners dry lovage leaves for winter use, ensuring you have fresh herbal flavors year-round, even when fresh harvesting isn't possible. Perennial 10. American groundnuts. American groundnuts are perennial legumes that produce both edible tubers and protein-rich beans year after year. The underground tubers taste nutty and delicious. The climbing vines naturally fix nitrogen in the soil, improving garden fertility without any added effort or expense. This is one of the most productive relationships you can create in your garden. You get food to eat, and the plant simultaneously improves your soil. That's efficiency. American groundnuts grow well in full sun to partial shade with rich, well-drained soil. Once established, they require minimal maintenance as new shoots emerge continuously each season. Harvest tubers after foliage dies back in late summer or fall to allow maximum growth. Mulching in winter protects tubers from temperature extremes. Planting them alongside other vegetables naturally enriches your soil with nitrogen, making everything around them grow stronger and healthier.
Perennial 11. Strawberries. Strawberries are perennial fruit plants that produce sweet, juicy berries year after year once established. Their runners naturally create new plants, expanding your harvest without any extra effort or expense. Strawberries thrive in full sun with well-drained, slightly acidic soil. The regular trimming of old leaves and runners encourages stronger plants and bigger fruits. An excellent strategy is to rotate runners to expand your strawberry patch without buying additional plants from nurseries. Remove flowers during the first year to allow the plant to strengthen its root system. This patience during year 1 results in bigger harvests in subsequent years. Plant strawberries near onions or garlic to naturally deter pests. These companion plants create a protective environment where strawberries flourish.
Perennial 12, blackberries. Blackberries are perennial fruiting shrubs that produce large, juicy berries year after year. Their vigorous canes can spread naturally, providing abundant harvests with minimal maintenance. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil. Pruning after each harvest encourages new cane growth for the next season, maximizing fruit production. An excellent space-saving technique is training canes along a trellis. This vertical training improves airflow, reduces disease, and makes harvesting easier while saving garden space. Mulch around the base to retain moisture. Plant herbs like thyme or mint nearby to naturally deter pests and, surprisingly, improve berry flavor. The aromatic oils from these herbs seem to enhance the taste of blackberries growing nearby. Perennial 13, blueberries. Blueberries are perennial shrubs producing sweet, antioxidant-rich berries year after year. Their vibrant fruits are perfect for fresh eating, smoothies, jams, or desserts. Homegrown blueberries often taste dramatically better than store-bought varieties. They thrive in full sun with acidic, well-drained soil. Annual pruning encourages new growth and maximizes fruit production while keeping the bush healthy and manageable. An excellent strategy is planting multiple varieties together for extended harvest seasons and better cross-pollination. Mulching retains moisture. Adding acidic compost or pine needles annually maintains soil acidity while boosting berry size and sweetness. This annual soil amendment is a simple action that delivers measurable results in fruit quality and quantity.
Perennial 13, blackberries. Blackberries are perennial fruiting shrubs that produce large, juicy berries year after year. Their vigorous canes can spread naturally, providing abundant harvests with minimal maintenance. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil. Pruning after each harvest encourages new cane growth for the next season, maximizing fruit production. An excellent space-saving technique is training canes along a trellis. This vertical training improves airflow, reduces disease, and makes harvesting easier while saving garden space. Mulch around the base to retain moisture. Plant herbs like thyme or mint nearby to naturally deter pests and, surprisingly, improve berry flavor. The aromatic oils from these herbs seem to enhance the taste of blackberries growing nearby. Perennial 13, blueberries. Blueberries are perennial shrubs producing sweet, antioxidant-rich berries year after year. Their vibrant fruits are perfect for fresh eating, smoothies, jams, or desserts. Homegrown blueberries often taste dramatically better than store-bought varieties. They thrive in full sun with acidic, well-drained soil. Annual pruning encourages new growth and maximizes fruit production while keeping the bush healthy and manageable. An excellent strategy is planting multiple varieties together for extended harvest seasons and better cross-pollination. Mulching retains moisture. Adding acidic compost or pine needles annually maintains soil acidity while boosting berry size and sweetness. This annual soil amendment is a simple action that delivers measurable results in fruit quality and quantity.
Perennial 14, currants. Currants are hardy perennial shrubs producing clusters of tart, flavorful berries year after year. Their early blooms attract pollinators early in the season. The fruits can be eaten fresh, baked into desserts, or made into jams and jellies. Currants grow well in full sun to partial shade with fertile, well-drained soil. Regular pruning encourages new growth and improves berry production significantly. Thinning older wood each year improves sunlight penetration and creates healthier, more productive plants. Mulching retains moisture. Planting them near nitrogen-fixing crops naturally enhances soil fertility, which translates to larger harvests year after year. Perennial 15, gooseberries. Gooseberries are hardy perennial shrubs producing tart, nutrient-rich berries year after year. Their dense growth can serve as a natural hedge, while the fruits are perfect for pies, jams, and fresh eating. They thrive in full sun to partial shade with well-drained soil. Regular pruning encourages new shoots and maximizes berry production. Remove the oldest branches each year to stimulate vigorous new growth. Mulching around the base retains moisture and creates ideal conditions. Planting near aromatic herbs like thyme or rosemary naturally deters pests.
Perennial 16, grapes. Grapes are perennial vines producing clusters of sweet, juicy fruits year after year. Once established, they grow vigorously on trellises or arbors, providing shade, beauty, and continuous harvests for fresh eating, juice, or drying into raisins. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil. Regular pruning encourages new growth and higher fruit production, while keeping vines manageable. Training vines along sturdy trellises provides better sunlight exposure and airflow, resulting in healthier, more productive plants. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Planting multiple varieties improves cross-pollination and produces larger, sweeter grapes. The variety and abundance available from established grapevines is remarkable.
Perennial 17, Jujube. Jujube is a drought-tolerant perennial fruit tree producing small, sweet, apple-like fruits year after year. Its fragrant flowers attract pollinators beautifully. Once established, it provides a low-maintenance, long-term source of nutritious fruit. Jujube thrives in full sun and well-drained soil with light pruning to remove old branches and shape the canopy. The tree tolerates heat, drought, and most pests, making it extremely resilient in challenging conditions. Water deeply during the first few years to establish strong roots. Mulching around the base conserves moisture. Training the tree against a wall or fence using Espezzali techniques saves space while maximizing fruit yield in small gardens. Perennial 18, Pineapple Guava. Pineapple guava is a hardy evergreen shrub producing sweet, tart fruits year after year. Its attractive flowers draw pollinators while adding visual appeal. The plant delivers both beauty and productivity with minimal maintenance demands. It grows well in full sun and well-drained soil, tolerating drought and a range of climates. Light pruning helps maintain shape and encourages fruiting. Harvest fruits when they begin to wrinkle for peak sweetness and nutrition. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Planting near compatible varieties improves cross-pollination and fruit size substantially over many seasons. Perennial 19, Pomegranate. Pomegranate is a drought-tolerant perennial shrub producing sweet, antioxidant-rich fruits year after year. Its vibrant flowers attract pollinators while remaining low maintenance and delivering abundant harvests for decades. Pomegranate thrives in full sun and well-drained soil with occasional deep watering to support fruit development. Light pruning after harvest encourages new growth and maximizes future yields. Harvest fruits when fully ripe for the best flavor and nutrition. Mulching around the base conserves moisture. Perennial 20, Passion Fruit. Passion fruit is a vigorous perennial vine producing sweet, tangy fruits year after year once established. Its lush foliage provides shade and covers trellises or fences beautifully. Fragrant flowers attract pollinators to your garden. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil with moderate watering to support flowering and fruiting. Pruning encourages new growth and higher fruit production. Harvest fruits when they begin to wrinkle for peak sweetness and flavor intensity. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Using a balanced, low-nitrogen fertilizer encourages fruiting over leafy growth, directing plant energy toward your harvest.
Perennial 21, Malabar Spinach, is a fast-growing perennial vine producing tender, nutrient-rich leaves throughout the growing season. Unlike regular spinach, it thrives in hot weather and provides continuous harvest year after year. It grows best in full sun to partial shade with fertile, well-drained soil. Regularly harvest outer leaves to encourage new growth. Pinching back growing tips promotes bushier growth and higher productivity. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Training the vine on trellises or fences saves space and increases yield significantly compared to letting it sprawl. Perennial 22, Longevity Spinach. Longevity spinach is a hardy perennial producing nutritious leaves year-round. Once established, its tender, slightly succulent leaves are perfect for salads, stir-fries, and smoothies, providing reliable greens with minimal care. It grows well in full sun to partial shade with fertile, well-drained soil. Regular harvesting encourages continuous growth and keeps the plant productive. Harvesting outer leaves first stimulates new shoots from the center. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Planting near flowering crops attracts pollinators and boosts overall garden health. Perennial 23, Okanagan Spinach. Okanagan spinach is a hardy perennial leafy green producing tender, mildly flavored leaves year after year. Unlike annual spinach, it tolerates heat and light frost, providing reliable, continuous harvest throughout multiple seasons. It thrives in full sun to partial shade with fertile, well-drained soil. Regular harvesting of outer leaves encourages new growth. Picking young leaves provides the best flavor and tenderness. Mulching retains moisture. Occasional pruning promotes bushier growth and higher yields. Perennial 24. Acacia. Acacia is a perennial herb providing both edible leaves and nutrient-rich seeds year after year. Once established, it returns reliably, offering continuous greens and superfood seeds for cooking, baking, or smoothies. It grows well in full sun to partial shade with well-drained soil. The plant spreads gradually, forming small clumps that can be divided to expand your garden. Harvesting leaves regularly encourages growth. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Planting near flowering vegetables attracts pollinators and boosts overall productivity. Perennial 25. Katuk. Katuk is a fast-growing perennial leafy shrub producing tender, nutritious leaves year-round. Once established, it provides steady supply of greens for soups, salads, and stir-fries with minimal maintenance. It thrives in full sun to partial shade with fertile, well-drained soil. Regular harvesting encourages new growth. Picking young leaves provides the best flavor and tenderness. Mulching retains moisture. Occasional pruning promotes bushier growth and higher yields.
Perennial 26, Moringa. Moringa is the miracle tree, a fast-growing perennial producing nutrient-rich leaves, pods, and seeds year after year. Once established, it becomes a self-sustaining food source, offering superfood leaves for cooking, smoothies, or teas with minimal effort. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, tolerating heat, drought, and poor soil conditions. Regular pruning stimulates new growth and ensures continuous supply of leaves. Harvesting young leaves provides the most tender and nutritious results. Mulching around the base retains moisture. Trimming branches encourages faster regrowth for steady harvests. Perennial 27, columnar fruit trees. Columnar fruit trees are compact, upright trees producing fruit year after year while taking minimal space. Perfect for small gardens, they yield apples, pears, or other fruits with very little maintenance. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil. Light pruning encourages vertical growth and maximizes fruit production, making harvesting easier without reducing yield. Mulching retains moisture. Planting multiple varieties nearby improves pollination and produces bigger and healthier fruit each season. Perennial 28, peach trees. Peach trees are perennial fruit trees producing sweet, juicy fruit year after year once established. Their fragrant blossoms attract pollinators beautifully. The fruit is perfect for fresh eating, baking, or making preserves. With proper care, peach trees remain productive for 15 to 20 years, giving long-term harvest sources. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil. Regular pruning maintains tree shape, removes old branches, and encourages new fruiting wood. Fertilizing in early spring and mulching supports healthy growth and maximizes yields. Thin young fruits to allow remaining peaches to grow larger and sweeter. Mulching conserves soil moisture. Planting near nitrogen-fixing plants or flowering herbs improves pollination and boosts fruit quality.
Perennial 29. Fig trees. Fig trees are hardy, perennial fruit trees, producing sweet, nutrient-rich fruits year after year. Their large, lobed leaves add beauty to your garden, while fruits can be eaten fresh, dried, or used in jams and baking. Fig trees are low maintenance, drought-tolerant, and remain productive for decades, making them reliable long-term additions. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil with occasional deep watering. Pruning maintains shape, removes old wood, and stimulates new growth for optimal production. Fig trees attract pollinators, supporting overall garden ecosystem. Harvest figs when they're soft and slightly drooping for peak sweetness. Mulching retains moisture. Planting near nitrogen-fixing plants or companion herbs improves soil fertility and encourages bigger, more flavorful fruits year after year. The transformation begins. These 29 plants represent far more than just crops. They're long-term investments in your health, your meals, and the beauty of your space. Every plant on this list was chosen because it delivers real results with minimal effort. Gardening is a journey, and each season teaches patience, observation, and genuine care. By planting with perennials, you're creating a garden that grows smarter with every year, giving fresh, nutritious food for decades. Your backyard can become a permanent source of abundance. Your grocery bills can decrease significantly. Your food security can become real and lasting. Like this video if you believe growing your own food matters. Subscribe to Golden Age Gardening and turn on notifications so you never miss these life-changing guides. Share this with fellow gardeners who need this information. Comment below and tell me which perennial you're planting first. The time for change is now. Stop thinking about gardening as a seasonal activity. Start thinking about it as building permanent abundance. These 29 plants are waiting to transform your life. Keep planting, keep harvesting, let your garden reward you forever.